Hey everyone, so I want to do my January TBR video today, as well as a different 2018 reading, kind of a 2018 reading goal, but basically I feel like I did most of those with my Vlogmas videos that I did where I talked about my individual books I want to read in 2018 and my series and authors that I want to get to in 2018, but also I've seen a couple videos recently where people have been talking about the really big books that they want to get to this year, and specifically my most recent one that I saw of that is Ange's video from Beyond the Pages, and I just think that that's so much fun. So I wanted to do one of those, and so you'll probably see some crossover between some of my individual reads and my series videos, but also there will be a couple new things, because I've thought more about some of the classics that I want to read this year, so I've put some big classics in there. So yeah, that'll be my next video. But anyway, for the TBR, I have separated them out into categories. I'm going to try not to talk about each one too much. But first I want to talk about the Christmassy things that I will be reading, because I did not get to finish all of my Christmassy reads in December, but I am still very much in a Christmassy mood. And these will even go past the end of the 12 Days of Christmas, since it's already the evening of the 4th, and it ends, I think, tomorrow night. So, yeah, these will go past the 6th, but I still I'm going to read these until I'm out of the Christmas mood, which hopefully will last the duration of the rest of these. So first we have Mystery in White, a Christmas crime story by J. Jefferson Farjan, which I was able to get about 60 pages into while I was on vacation on the bus or the train or whatever, and I was really, really loving it, but then I had to put it aside because I was very much in the mood to finish Poldark Season 3, which I loved. But yeah, so since I'm so sorry if you guys hear that, my dog is barking at another dog. But anyway, so I was very much enjoying this when I was reading it, and today is the perfect day to finish it because we got a ton of snow last night. We're actually snowed in for the weekend, and luckily we knew this was coming, so we went to the grocery store to stock up, and we brought in a ton of firewood. So, and we still have power, so it's like the best of all worlds. We get snowed in and we get to enjoy the pretty snow, but we still have power so we can have a light and hot food. But anyway, so perfect evening to finish this, so I will be doing that. And then over the next few days, I want to finish some more Christmassy reads, which are, hang on, let me see if I can find the other one. Here we go. I would love to read The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher, because I didn't get to finish this. I didn't even get to start it, really, but it's not one that I want to wait to read because I was just that excited about it. So, that one. And then Hidden Sea by Gregory Maguire, which I definitely want/need to read pretty soon, because I really want to do a separate review of this, because I want it in a Goodreads giveaway, and it's basically considered a courtesy if you win a giveaway to do a separate review of that book. So yes, I definitely want to read this. And then the last of the Christmassy books is I'm Half Sick of Shadows by Alan Bradley, which is the 4th Flavia de Luce book and the Christmassy one, and I think I'm gonna love this one the best of the sequels so far, just because it sounds like the one I'll love the most. It will never beat Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie for me, because I already know that one will always be my favorite of the books, but I think this will end up being my favorite of the sequels, or at least so far, so we'll see. And then I also want to read Christmas at Thompson Hall, which, here, by Anthony Trollope. I don't think I'm going to end up trying to read any of the other Christmas stories in this now, but that's fine with me, because I'll have some to read, this coming Christmas, and that way, you know, I still have some, more Anthony Trollope Christmas stuff to read. So I'm just going to read Christmas at Thompson Hall, which is great because there's actually, it's the only one in here, I think, that has an audiobook to it, which I have through Hoopla. So I'm going to listen to that one night. And then I also want to read Christmas Storms and Sunshine by Elizabeth Gaskell, because that was kind of already sort of on my list a little bit, but also Katie from Books and Things read it and she completely loved it, so that is definitely on my list. So those are all the Christmassy things that I want to read. Hopefully I'll get through those within the next week. And then after that, I want to finish all of the things that I started in 2017 that I wasn't able to finish, which are, I think, is this all of them? Hang on, there might be more. Yeah, I feel like that's it, maybe. Oh, okay, 2 more. Okay, so we have The Moorland Cottage by Elizabeth Gaskell, which I've been halfway through for several months now, and the thing is, I love it when I'm reading it. I don't know why it's taken me so long, but anyway, that one. And then The Fire Rose by Mercedes Lackey, which is her Beauty and the Beast retelling. This is actually the most recent one that I've started, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm kind of skimming the magic system parts of this because I'm more interested in the main relationship between the Beast character and the Beauty character. But I might do this in a backwards way where I kind of read it in full and pay more attention to the magical details when I reread it. But I'm thoroughly enjoying reading it the way I am right now, and yeah, really liking this. And then I want to finally finish Emma by Jane Austen. This is a reread for me, and I started rereading it with Amanda J. and Janet from SwirlyGirlyReads back in September, and I kind of, it fell by the wayside about a third of the way through, so I really need to finish this, and so that's definitely my goal, but I should love rereading this just because I love Knightley so much, Mr. Knightley, so yes. And then we have Something Fresh by P.G. Wodehouse, which I got about halfway through, and I think I'm going to start this one over, actually, because it's been long enough since I got halfway through it that I feel the need to start over. So I will be doing that. And then also by P.G. Wodehouse, I have Carry On Jeeves, which I've read one story from, so I want to read the other, I think, 9 stories in this, so I'll probably read one a day. And then I have Christmas at Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons, which is another short story collection. Only 2 of these are actually Christmas related. The other 11 are not Christmassy, which I discovered when I read the 3rd story in December. So I will finish the other 10. And I think if I read either one of these or one of the Jeeves a day, then that'll carry me through with short stories for the rest of the month. Plus the Elizabeth Gaskell and the Christmas at Thompson Hall. And then I have The English Garden. I read 2 of the 4 of these stories back in like October or November. This is a series of 4 Christian romance novellas, all set in an English garden during some point in the story, and all set during different time periods. My favorite 2 I read back in October or November, which were A Woman of Valor and Apple of His Eye, one being set in the 1630s and the other set in the Victorian period. And then the 2 that I'll be reading this month are Flower Amidst the Ashes, which is the World War II story, which was my least favorite when I was a teenager, so I'm interested to reread it now and see what my thoughts are. I did like it, but it was just my least favorite. And then Robin's Garden, which I also really love. Okay, so those are all the things I need to finish, and then I will be reading at least an hour or 2 a day of Last Chronicle of Barset by Anthony Trollope every day for the whole month. so that I finish it by the end of the month. And I'm really excited to finish it so that I can talk about it with Katie, because she finished it in December when I was supposed to be reading it, but it kind of fell by the wayside due to the Christmas reads. But she's been awesome about saying, like, no big deal, we'll just talk about it when I finish. So, yay. So we have that one, and then another one that I'll be reading a little bit of for the whole month so that I finish it within the month is Queens of the Conquest by, or the Queens of Conquest, Queens of the Conquest, anyway, by Alison Weir, which I was supposed to read in November and then December, and didn't happen. But that will be my nonfiction read of the month. And then I have The Murder at Hazelmoor, aka The Sitterford Mystery, by Agatha Christie, which I will be buddy reading with Katie from Books and Things and Kate Howe. We really enjoyed our buddy read of Murder on the Orient Express, so we're both, all three of us are very much looking forward to buddy reading this one. And then I want to read Good Wives by Louise May Alcott, which is the sequel to Little Women, because I read Little Women around this time last year, so I'd love to read Good Wives the same time this year, so that one. And then I have Anne of Windy Poplars, aka Anne of Windy Willows, which I will be hopefully reading with Ange from Beyond the Pages at the end of the month. It's one of my 2018 goals to read one L.M. Montgomery every month, so this is the one I'll be reading this month. And then it's also my goal to read one Shakespeare a month, so my Shakespeare for this month will be Henry IV Part 2, since the last one I read was Henry IV Part 1. So, this one. Yay. Okay. And then, what else? I want to read Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman, because BBC is doing another radio adaptation adapted by Dirk Maggs, who's adapted all of them so far, and it's already out, but it's on the iPlayer, I think, through the 25th, so I will read this and then listen to the adaptation before it goes off of iPlayer. And then my last one that I have to read is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, which I was given in a Goodreads giveaway, or I won in a Goodreads giveaway, and I want to read this before it comes out, which it's coming out on the 6th of February, so I want to read this and review it, like I'm going to do with Hidden Sea, before it comes out. And then my maybes, but given how much I'm already reading, these are probably not going to happen this month, but the maybes that I would love to read are The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, because Lauren from Lauren-LaurenandtheBooks has a Facebook book club, and they're reading that this month, so I would love to follow along with them, even though I don't have Facebook, so I can't actually join the book club. And I don't even know if that would be a thing, but anyway, I would love to read this alongside them. And then also The Making of a Marchioness by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I've just been very, very excited about this since I bought it, so I would love to get to this month. And then The Two Towers and also Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. These will likely happen in February instead of this month, but it would still be fun if they could happen this month. And then last but not least, Jeremy Poldark by Winston Graham. So hopefully I can get to this, but this is definitely my least priority this month, so we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, I know that that's a lot of books, but hopefully I can get through at least 75% of them. Let me know what you guys are reading this month. Let me know what you think of any of the books that I'm attempting to read this month, and thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.